Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. Nijisanji was banned from entering a museum. This is from the director of a specific museum here, the Nikkan Yoshihyodo Yashio Hihokan official websites of all of the ones. Apparently, they have love doll stuff and other type, different types of museums. So people didn't do things the right way, apparently, from what it looks like. From now on, I will not receive any interviews from Nijisanji. It is inseparable from the person who cannot speak on equal footing. Please don't come back. This is not a good way to start anything. This means that you've already made it personal, and that's a problem. I said chairman felt good, so I ignored his request. I was thinking that I would not ask the case that I tried to use it for commercial use without permission by ignoring the request, but the person who calls himself the manager began to send me bad, heartbreaking email, so I will talk about it. From now on, I will not receive any interviews from Nijisanji. Don't come back. I will not deal with S like you. I don't want to be involved with such ugly people. Again, this is translated, so the translation may be a little off. So I'm doing, not doing free work. If you deal with it with good intentions, isn't it strange to force a one-sided logic? Do you have a contract to follow your S? The person inside made a reservation with the real name. This was just a normal operation. I was very tolerant. But what was that word? Who are you guys going to be? Basically, let me give you a little bit rundown that this person down here did. This practical map did. What happened is Tsukinomito did this. Well, she did a video on, going to different museums. Let's take a look.
早速女神像があると思ってよく見たら女神館でした。ちょっとどういうことかよくわかりませんが、置物の雰囲気も早速ちぐはぐでは入れておくことにします。性に興味のない人、曲がった解釈をする方は気分を損なうことがありますので、入場って書いてあるのかなりやかましくてよかったです。はい。ております。さあ中を進んでいきますと、いろいろモニュメントはありつつ、
There are a lot of things that she ended up having to censor from what it looks like.
保健体育の教科書みたいな、そういう解説もついてたりするんですね。なんかこんな教科書OK 展示です。展示がグロいという人がおそらく横転しているセイリちゃんですね。あとは重しをかけて妊婦さんのジアムなんでね。そら
So yeah, she goes through the museums. She records just like people would when they're in a museum. And the museum director says that they did not get permissions. They showed up suddenly without an appointment, not getting official permission to film. Their true purpose of filming was only exposed when questioned, making covert audio recordings, using the voice of another visitor who happened to be there without permission, series of condescending and rude behaviors from the manager. These are the things that were supposedly done. It is, I don't know exactly the truth behind it. It is very hard to tell from both sides because Tsukinomito did a response. And of course I have to do a response as well. Hope this post in full, but the translation is from the tweet on Twitter, which is this one here. This is a tweet regarding the Yashio Hihokan Museum. Interviewed without permission. Audio was recorded without permission. Manager's contact was rude. We received comments such as, after consulting with my agency, any color, like to explain my understanding and the circumstances surrounding the matter. Regarding the case of conducting an interview without permission. The director of the museum told me, I think you might be active on YouTube. If you intend to make a video, you can do so. As he is a photographer, he can use videos rather than photos for commercial purposes, and there's nothing to hide, so you can film anything you like. And so I took advantage of his kindness and filmed the video. The visit itself was just for fun. I was hoping to make a video if I could get permission to film there. As a result, there was a lack of consideration and prior explanation, which led to confusion, and for that, I deeply regret it. So there was a bit of confusion there. There was a bit of mistake on their part for getting the permissions afterwards. So they did kind of mess up a little bit. We also told the museum director at the time that if we had not received permission, we would not have made a video and would have simply observed the exhibit. Regarding unauthorized recording of audio. They started recording audio. The museum director said, if you're a YouTuber, you can start filming. So that's when they started filming and actually getting audio. We did not record or use audio prior to the recording of that stuff. So basically, prior to when they were told they could do it, they didn't do it beforehand. It was only done afterwards, after they got permission. So they did it properly that way. In a statement in the blog that I had hidden a smartphone. That was never my intention. A friend of the museum director, who was also in attendance, said, "We can't show you our faces in the video, but we can use our voices." So we held up our smartphone in front of him and filmed the voice, which we used in the video. However, we sincerely apologize for giving the director the impression that the conversation had been recorded without permission and for the discomfort this may have caused. Of course, this is Japan, remember. Japan, even if you're not fully at fault, you end up, it ends up working better for you if you use a conciliatory or apologetic tone. This is something that happens a lot with, like, you know, CEOs of companies, that type of thing. Below is a brief summary of relevant functions below, basically the things that happen. On Friday, the manager will contact you to confirm that you have given permission to use the video on the spot. Saturday, director will email you permission to use the video. On Monday, the manager contacted me with his thanks and said, "If you are going to write an article about Tsukinomito's visit, appreciate it if you could let me know." They published the video on Monday. I guess it's Sunday. 6/16 is Sunday. On Monday, they published the video. Wednesday, the director published the first blog. Afterwards, we received the message from him saying, "I have published the blog. If there are any problems, please let me know." Thursday, director published the second blog. No prior notice given. Subsequently, the agency Anycolor asked her to consider deleting any parts of her blog that could potentially contain personal information, which was what led to this incident. Due to the nature of VTubers, there are some times when we ask for consideration regarding the handling of information, because yes, VTubers, especially in the case of larger agencies, are very much supposed to remain anonymous. Very much so. They're supposed to remain anonymous in case of any names in there of the actual person, because you're not going to be like, I'm, in this case, Tsukinomito. You're going to be like, I am this person, blah, blah, blah. And, using that name there when they contact them originally. Currently, the video in question has been made private, and we are in the process of cutting out the parts related to Yoshio Hihokan, so we would appreciate your patience until this process is complete. In addition, please refrain from any behavior that may cause inconvenience to the museum itself. As a result of this matter, although I was kindly granted permission to interview you, I apologize that this happened. Feels like bad communication, but also feel like the owner had given permission but not given permission, or rescinded it afterwards. Kind of feels odd, but also feels on brand for Niji for not doing things right. It feels like the manager maybe was a little bit more pushy with the things. Maybe like, we officially request that you remove this part, not being kind in the way that they do it. So, although they were doing it for the right reasons of protecting their talents, of doing that kind of stuff, I do think maybe there was some miscommunication or improper communication between them and the museum itself. It's a very twisted web that's weaved here, but I do think that it is good to see both sides. Let's see what people say here. Manager probably didn't explain in details what the video would look like and was posted in Mito until it was posted. He gave permission to film, but never about publishing, recording, interview, voice. He thought that voice recording is being used to write text script. Oh, it could be something like that too. This person actually puts a very good perspective, and that's why I put these opinions here, the ones that I choose, because it's a good perspective to see what's going on. I'm not going to be able to put every single one there, and I've had people get angry at me for not putting every single one there. That would make my freaking video 20 minutes long. So I only put ones that I just, pick and choose as a human would do. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But to me, the director seems to have personal problems with the Niji manager's attitude in the email, not Mito or her video. Exactly. It seems like the manager was maybe a little too pushy in the way that they did the email, as some managers end up being. You have to be more overly sincere with what you say in text, because you don't have voice, which you can, your pitch can tell you that whatever tone you have can tell how serious the things are. You don't have that in text, and sometimes things that aren't meant seriously can be taken very seriously. Dooby 3D, the Doopster, the Jerboa, the train conductor, the streetcar conductor, whatever you want to call her. She did debut in October 2024. I did cover when she debuted. And she's having something pretty big happen right now, which is BART, which is the San Francisco Rapid Transit, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, that's what BART stands for, will be tabling at Offkai Gen 4 Industry Hall 200. We're huge fans of VTubers and can't wait to see you all this weekend. All aboard! Details about the Eki stamp, Densha to Go, contest, Saturday catalog, and how to get there in the thread. This is, as you can see here, our wonderful Jerboa is a part of the whole thing, because she is a train conductor. So they are using it there. I believe BART has their own VTuber, as you can see there, and they have Dooby at the side, a BART at Offkai, and Barcadero, San Leandro, Unicity, North Sea, all that kind of stuff. They have all that there, and they have, of course, Dooby all aboard BART, the North Station, all this kind of fun. Train operator VTuber and train operator at BART is Mira. So they're both there. BART X Dooby 3D, train operator Eki stamp. So you can get that stamp there. You have other things here. They have the Eki stamp here. You have how to get it and where to go and where they are located. This is amazing for her to get there, her to get that. And I'm glad that BART, the rapid transit, realizes that, yeah, a lot of people in San Francisco and other places, especially for Offkai, are going to be VTuber fans. So why not do something involved in there? And here you go. You also have some merch related to that with, let me see if I can get it in a little bit bigger size for you. Not too much bigger than this, but you can see a couple of stickers here. 30-foot long clear tape, cuttable deco tape. You have other VTubers that I guess they have as their mascots. Wooden train set, that type of thing. You have a bunch of different pieces of merch. And then on the second part, you have, the whole Offkai Expo thing there. It is amazing for her to be able to get this wonderful opportunity. And it is great to see that even though she is an independent VTuber, since she is large, she knows what she's doing. She was a part of another agency that we all know her for. She knows how to get those connections. She knows how to get those things, the stuff flowing, the sponsorships and the collaborations flowing. So I'm glad she's getting these opportunities. I think I've said it like 20 times by now. But yes, I'm happy. All the Quebecois who are out there and are, of course, otakus or fans of VTubing, anime culture, etc., Otakuthon is going to be happening on August 8th through 10th. Why am I talking about that as just, something out there? No, I'm not talking about it because it's related to anime, but because we have a big VTuber who is going to be a part of it. The Kizuna Ai. The Kizuna Ai is going to be a new guest there. She is a pioneering virtual YouTuber and found great success as a music artist. After a long hiatus, Kizuna Ai is back, exploring new musical expressions, and seeks to refine her sound. Of course, Kizuna Ai Company is a large organization that has been kind of dormant until recently. This thing is happening now. She's been doing a lot of things back and forth, a lot of things. Her birthday's coming up, all these other things are coming up. A lot of fun things. A lot of fun things in store for there. Of course, they have the whole history, her new look, a bit of her new look. The whole history of her, she debuted in 2016. She did take a dormancy, a hiatus in 2022 where she was sleeping. She came back February 26th, 2025, which I covered myself. And she's doing J-pop and other things like that. And of course, she's taking a more mature look, more mature everything for what she's doing. I am, of course, very happy that there's a VTuber going to Otakuthon and that they are, of course, going to be having tons of fun, as you would expect and you would hope. And I know that more than likely they're going to have a English translator there. But either way, whether it's translated through the translator or not, it is going to be a fun time. Justice has been with us for a year. Time flies so freaking fast when it comes to these things. When it comes to the VTuber world, when it comes to VTubers overall, it just flies so fast. And of course, the 1 year thing has happened. It's going to be happening on the 20th. A test for justice. They need your help to crack the code because a cryptic note has been left in the Hollow Justice hideout. Justice's new challenge, Operation Decode, will take place on the 20th, of course, and 21st JST. So it is 3 p.m. PDT, and then 10 p.m. UTC. And here you go, 1 year anniversary Operation Decode. It is on the GG Mooding channel. At least one part of it is on the GG Mooding channel. And it is, of course, live in my time zone by the time you have seen this. It is, of course, before it comes out. And it is live in 3 hours. Of course, I always record these things before I actually put them out, of course. Then I edit them and all that kind of stuff. So it is several hours before things actually happen. So, of course, I do wish them the best. This is GG Moodin, ERB, Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame. And then we have Cece, or as Crony would like to call her, the Clanka. And then we have Raura Pantera. And they are it's going to be interesting. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this whole thing goes. The whole decode thing, I do know, based on how each and every one of them had very creative starts, there's going to be another creative thing that they're going to be doing, because I think GG Mooding had a playable game, and others did as well. So they have the imagination to do things like that. So it is great to see that they have been with us for a full year. They're all very successful, as you can see by just GG Mooding's size. They're all very successful, and they're going to continue to grow. And take a look at it. I mean, I'm going to try to, and I wish them the best. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. I do this for the reason of wanting to make the VTuber community better, wanting to make everything better, wanting to have some positivity in this whole time of, well, a lot of crazy stuff happening. Today we're talking about LavaSavage, Demon VTuber, who is right here, Chat's Demon Mom, a self-described Chat's Demon Mom. And next we have them here with Arc Knights, taking a look at something that happened, how we deal with toxicity. Let's take a look.
Oh, this poor guy. That's the internet. They're little babies. You know what that means.
It means boom. I guess they banned. Yeah, I mean the internet are can be.
Take W. Get banned, idiot.
Oh god. So yeah, the ban. It does happen sometimes. You do have to do that sometimes. Even though like myself, I may want like a lot of viewers and that kind of stuff. But if the viewers are toxic, then that's usually not a good thing. So thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel once again. This was LavaSavage. I appreciate it. And of course, I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always. And of course, take a look. And if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.